Assalamu alaikum. How are you, dear students? Today we will discuss some examples from past papers so that the concept which we have studied in unit number 19 and 20 can be reinforced. And definitely in those units we have studied about the properties and characteristics of series and parallel combination of resistances, then Ohm's law, definition of EMF, definition of potential difference, characteristics of different type of combinations of resistances, then relation between resistance and length of the wire, then relation between resistance and cross-sectional area of the wire, etc. So let's proceed. Today we will discuss question number 9 of June 2016. A circuit diagram is given which is being labeled like this: 12 volts, two resistors are there, 18 ohm and 30 ohm, and definitely they are connected in series combination. So the first question is there, that what is meant by EMF? Definitely the question carries 2 marks. So we have to write that amount of work done by a unit charge when it moves around a complete circuit. So this is the definition of EMF, and EMF stands for electromotive force. In part B, it is given that IB is the current of the battery, I1 is the current passing through resistance of 18 ohm, and I2 is the current passing through a resistor of 30 ohm. So we have to write down the relation between IB, I1 and I2. The best ever method is that always label these parameters over here: IB, I1 and I2. Now definitely this was the series combination, and we have studied that in series combination of resistors we have to find the current, and current passing through each resistor remains same. So current of the battery is equal to current passing through resistance 1 and current passing through resistor 2, that is from 18 ohm and 30 ohm as well. So what will be the relation? IB is equals to I1 is equals to I2. Again, why I have written it over here? Because in series combination, current passes through each resistor remains same, that is equal to the current of the battery. If 5 ohm current is passing through the battery, then definitely 5 ohm current will be passing through 18 ohm, and 5 ohm current will be passing through 30 ohm resistor as well. So this is the reason I have written over here IB is equals to I1 is equals to I2. Part 2. If capital E is the EMF of the battery, V1 is the voltage across 18 ohm resistor, V2 is the voltage across 30 ohm resistor, then write the relation between EMF of the battery E, voltage across 18 ohm resistor V1 and 30 ohm resistor V2. Obviously in series combination, how we can calculate the voltage? Yes, voltage of the battery is equal to the sum of the voltages across the connected resistors in series. What does it mean? That E is equals to V1 plus V2. That is, voltage of the battery will be equal to the sum of the voltages across resistor 18 ohm and of resistor 30 ohm. In parallel combination, concept is opposite. In parallel combination, battery voltage V1 is equals to V2 is equals to V3. What does it mean? If let's suppose we are mentioning voltage of the battery, say E, and again there were two resistors but they were connected in parallel. Then for that case we will definitely write like this for parallel combination. And for parallel combination of resistors, what will be the relation between currents? That is IB is equals to I1 plus I2. But this is specifically for parallel combination. And series combination characteristics or properties are entirely opposite to parallel combinations properties. Number 3, current in the battery. It means we have to find the total current. So for total current, since these two resistors are connected in series, so first of all we have to find the total resistance. So R is equals to 18 plus 30 ohm is equals to 48 ohm. Now apply the Ohm's law. V is equals to IR and I is equals to V over R. What was the EMF or voltage? That was equals to 12 volts. Total resistor 48 ohm. So current will be is equals to 0.25 ampere. And obviously this is the current of the battery, and the same current will pass through resistor of 18 ohm as well as the resistor of 30 ohm. The next part, state the Ohm's law and its limitation. 2 marks question is there. Obviously, according to the statement of Ohm's law, voltage and current are directly proportional to each other, provided that physical conditions or temperature of the conductor does not change. So in this way you can get 2 marks for statement of Ohm's law and its limitation. Then it was being asked that what is the relation between resistance and length of the conductor, and obviously we have studied that both are directly proportional to each other. And what was the relation between resistance and cross-sectional area of the conductor? Obviously it was inversely proportional, that is resistance and cross-sectional area were inversely proportional to each other. So I hope so that in this example you may have applied the concept of series combination of resistors along with the definition of EMF, Ohm's law statement, and relation between resistance and length as well as resistance and cross-sectional area. So now we will proceed towards question number 2. Now we will consider another example from past papers, that is question number 7 of November 2014. A circuit diagram is given in which 3 cells are connected in parallel and each cell of 1.5 volt. An ammeter is connected along with 6 ohm resistor as well as metal resistance wire, and these two particular resistors, that is 6 ohm and metal resistors, are connected in series combination. So circuit consists of 3 cells connected in parallel, 1 ammeter, 1 6 ohm resistor and 1 metal resistor wire is connected, and both resistor of 6 ohm and metal resistor wire are connected in series combination. So part 1 of part A, what is the advantage of cell used in parallel? Obviously when cells are used in parallel, then battery will be long lasting. Number 2, if one cell fails, other works. We don't have to worry that what will happen if one cell fails. Yes, we have to be worried if cells are connected in series, because in series combination of cells, when battery is fabricated by connecting cells in series combination, if one cells fail, then whole battery collapse. Battery does not work in series combination, but in parallel combination it is a beautiful characteristics of parallel combinations battery made by cells connected in parallel, that if one cell fails, other cells continue to work. And one more advantage of fabricating battery with parallel combination of cells, that we can replace faulty cell without switching off the circuit. There is no need to switch off the circuit if we want to replace that faulty cell. Excuse me. Then part 2. What is the potential difference between 2 points or across P and Q? Now P and Q points are the points across the cells connected in parallel, and obviously this will be the potential difference of that cell. Each cell was of 1.5 volt, 1.5, 1.5, and definitely then this battery will also gives the voltage of 1.5 volt. If these cells were connected in series, then what will be the voltage of the battery? What we will do? We will add up those cells voltages, 1.5 plus 1.5 plus 1.5, that is 4.5 volts in case if cells were connected in series combination to make a battery. But here cells are connected in parallel combination to make a battery, so across point P and Q, what will be the voltage? 1.5 volts. Then to the next part, ammeter reading is given 0.075 ampere, and it is being asked that what is the value of resistance of wire, because here value of resistor was given 6 ohm, but value of the wire resistance was not given. So we have to find the value of the resistance of the wire. But first of all we have to find the total resistance. Why? Because total voltage is given and total current is given, so we can easily find the total resistance of the circuit. V is equals to IR, R is equals to V over I, R is equals to, what was the voltage? 1.5 volts, current was 0.075, and this will gives you the value of 20 ohm. This isn't value of metal resistance, this is the value of total resistance of the circuit, and in series combination we know that total resistance of the circuit can be calculated by R1 plus R2. Let's suppose we are representing the resistance of this resistor by R1 and representing the resistance of metal wire with R2. So what is the value of R? 20. What is the value of R1? 6 plus R2. So R2 is equals to 20 minus 6. Therefore R is equals to 14 ohm. So again keep this point in your mind, that we have first calculate the total resistance and then we have applied the formula of combined resistance for series combination. And what was that formula? R is equals to R1 plus R2. And obviously for parallel combination, what was the formula of total resistance? This was 1 over R is equals to 1 over R1 plus 1 over R2, but it was for parallel combination of resistors. The next part, if temperature of the wire increases, what is the effect on the reading of ammeter? If temperature of the wire increases, what is the effect of reading of ammeter? Obviously we have already studied that temperature and resistor are directly proportional to each other. When temperature increases, resistance of the circuit increases, and when temperature decreases, resistance of the circuit decreases. That is, both quantities are directly proportional to each other. So when temperature increases, obviously resistance increases. So you have to write down that sentence, complete sentence. Since there was lesser space, so I have mentioned like this by using arrows. When temperature increases, resistance increases, but in exam or in paper or in assignment, you are not supposed to mention these arrows. You have to write down the sentence. When temperature increases, resistance of the circuit increases. And what was the relation between resistance and current of the circuit? Obviously, both were inversely proportional to each other. That is, when resistance increases, current decreases, and when resistance decreases, current increases. So obviously, when resistance increases, current decreases, and definitely current was measured by ammeter. So reading of ammeter decreases. So I hope that now the concept of series combination of resistors and parallel combination of resistors is clear to all of you. If there were any questions, please write those questions in comments. Thank you very much. Stay blessed.